They'd like to hear from me before I go.
Can I just say I'm really sorry. I called your channel impenetrable. He loves that. That'll probably be the theme. That'll probably be the theme of his next live stream. He loves it.
When you figure it out for yourself, it's yours. If I tell you, it's mine.
Hi, this is Paul, and I'm...
Stay right here with Grim Grizz on Virtually Not Alone.
LARP! We have the ability to LARP and LARP hard. LARP! We have the ability to LARP and LARP hard. That was a McMo one, I think. I believe that was a McMo masterpiece. I think that was his stylistic impression, signature thereof.
That all sounds well and good, but really, how do I get there? Okay, you said this whole beautiful thing, and I know many of you, especially out there on the YouTube channel, are going to say, you know, I have problems believing this stuff. Yeah, I get it. The thing is, a lot of people who say, I have problems believing this stuff, think that the way to answer those problems is by theory. And generally speaking, no. You just don't work that way. You don't ride a bike. You don't learn to ride a bike by theory. You don't learn to swim by theory. You can watch a lot of videos about swimming, but I promise you, you will not learn to swim without getting in water.
See, like when you guys make the premiere of the branding, I can see it being 2.5 minutes, but normally I need like a minute or 30-second size clips. So, you know, do your fancy premiere, but then also give me the... Good evening, Netherlet, and welcome to What Pete Did to Phil BOGHOSSIAN versus Phil Illey.
I'm not a cat.
This weird stream for tonight. It turns out I'll be doing the recording of a not a fringe encounter, something else with Demir again at the time I normally stream tomorrow. And so when this stream started to form, I decided I'd go ahead and unleash it upon the world tonight. You know what you'll need against that? You'll need against that the savings throws versus mind control. They roll like that. That comes when you make a choice between survival, social, wisdom, or heart as the basis for your savings throw. I'll let you think about that as we watch this beautiful brandings. Which one? How about this one? All right, so now for your savings throws for the very special BOGHOSSIAN versus Phil Illy. Please make your choice between survival, social, wisdom, or heart as the basis for your savings throw. I'm going to roll these dice. If it comes up over 10, then you've made your savings throw and take half damage from the mind control. Survival, social, wisdom, or heart? Phew. Survivalist making it with a 10 this evening, coming off of that nat 1 this morning. So Socialist doing well as well with a 15. A 15 for you. Lovers of Wisdom, you could have used that extra 5. This one's going to get through to you. Finally. Tough crowd. Hard folks. Pair of 9s, making 18 for you. Wisdom kids, what is this? That's a 7. A chakras for the wisdom. No, the indigo kids. I've already done a stream today, and hey, look at you, survivalists making it, as well as this new donation from Ups, which reminds me to highlight to share this tab instead. New Ko-fi goal we have. It's fancy pants. It's the Deadwood Campfire Estuary Organization. As you saw in the other stream and on Pastor Paul's last Friday, if I go there, people will come. It looks like it's going to be down in Corpus Christi. I've been in contact with Corey Eagle Wings to arrange the first ever Deadwood Estuary Campfire, where we just meet to do camp together and campfire together, and not all the speaky talky announcer stuff. It's going to be fun, and that's in the works. If you want to help Shadow Cabal it, that's it, because Corpus Christi's is gas money's away and such. Anyway, that's our new Ko-fi goal. Thanks to Ups for the first big donation there. We appreciate that. It's a big one. Now, gents. All right, now we're gonna get into this BOGHOSSIAN and the Phil Illy stream thing. This delivering on the title and the thumbnail. So it should. I think I should spell out for you folks. you folks who this Peter BOGHOSSIAN fellow is. But the casino deck card for the show is the Suicide King. How about that? Um, this guy here, his name is Peter BOGHOSSIAN. And it is once again October, and we should revivify our events to get this man to dress up in a white tuxedo and a white hat like Boss Hog, because that's really how it makes it possible to remember his name. It's Peter BOGHOSSIAN. And that's almost like stop it. That's almost like Boss Hog. And he's got this YouTube channel over here with 207,000 subscribers. And it's notable. It's notable because he does this thing called street epistemology. And what it really means is, on all those tests where you're like, I disagree. I sort of disagree, or I absolutely agree. All those stupid tests. He gets people to do those in real time by moving around and then questioning them about like why they picked what they picked, which you don't get when you do actual science with those tests. The why of why they do it, and he does that. And if you know us here in you should know that somewhere on this channel he's got one of those with Pasta Paul.
So say we all. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Ho, ho, ho.
And somewhere else on this channel, Chad the Alcoholic showed up on one of his live streams. Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal. So say we all. We all know that there is no agency any living gent can see doing what is right for me. Is lifting up my bro so he can grow some eyes to see that doing what is right for me increases all our agency. So then now he's got this guy we'll call Phil Illey. But first let them introduce themselves after the coming up. Claim one. Let's see
Right.
this introduction part maybe. Yeah, here, look.
We're in Lake Oswego. I'm here with Phil Illey, and we're going to do some spectrum street epistemology in Oregon. And introduce yourself.
As Peter said, I'm Phil Illey. I'm quite knowledgeable about the psychology of transgenderism, and I wrote a book about it. And then some people got mad that I wore a dress, and we're here to talk about some related things.
You got mad that you wore a dress. Of all the things to get mad about. Okay.
That's all the intro we got, and all the intro you'll need. We'll dive into the triggering part of this thing. What as we said, what Pete did to Phil. We'll cover that right after this additional branding, the Hulk one. The Hulk one? Yeah, it's this one. So some ways to look at this thing with Peter Boghossian is you could say that in the terms of wrestling, he brings he goes on touring around, bringing his wrestling ring, and he gets various people to step into the wrestling ring, which is his setup there with on little things on the ground and the microphone, and so friendly, and he gets people and he wrestles them. And as you'll see in this scene after the agency deck card of the show, Seven of Hearts, um, uh, what he does to this Phil Illy fella in this scene here, where it comes into this under the startling, wonderful claim four. I don't know if I should point out that in claim 3 he set up his dominance by leading the witness. You can find that yourself. But here's where the action starts in claim 4. And what you can infer from what happens if you didn't already know, and the shout out in the beginning was this man on the right, this Phil Illy dude, apparently went to a feminist conference in a dress to be famous. And watch what our man Pete. It's like he pulls a BOGHOSSIAN on him, really.
It is wrong for males to wear dresses. Want to call it in the air? In the air.
Yeah, heads.
Okay, you lose. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to send you over there.
Oh, brutal.
Now,
all right.
Apparently, this is probably a ritualized coin toss. I'm not familiar with the ritual, but that was his pretext for dominance, in which he could take the man off of his chosen position and send him to steel man the other side.
Want to call it in the air? In the air.
Yeah, heads.
Okay, you lose. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to send you over there.
Oh, brutal.
All right, so you're going to argue from the point of view of someone who strongly agrees that it's wrong for males to wear dresses.
Yeah, I'll try to steel man this one.
Yeah, because we know you don't believe it, but what's... Yeah.
Right. Let's see. It's wrong for males to wear dresses because that would confuse children in terms of whether they're seeing men or women. It makes things more ambiguous and confusing for some people. It also, by weakening social norms, it leads to more chaos socially.
Weakening social norms leads to chaos. Sorry. Later. Now, and then Peter does what I call the drill down as part of our what Pete did to Phil stream. I'm delivering on this thumbnail. Well, I'm telling you, he's doing the drill down right here.
It is wrong for males to wear dresses at feminist conferences. I'm gonna stay on strongly disagree.
You're gonna make me?
Yeah.
All right. I was like, I want to go over there. So to argue for why it's wrong for males to wear dresses at feminist conferences, some of the feminists at feminist conferences might feel that the men wearing dresses are objectifying femininity through the male gaze, and that
Remember it. Agency. We want to walk I remember.
And now the Blue Church card of the show, brought to you by the Deuce of clubs. One thing they don't go over is that what the generation of this stream, of this BOGHOSSIAN versus Phil Illey stream, is that they don't go over. It's what an asshole would do if he was trying to be an asshole. And that's show up at the feminist conference in a dress.
Is a form of oppressing women, and therefore it doesn't belong at a feminist conference.
And how is it oppressing women? What would the argument be for that?
It's sort of putting on woman face, so to speak. It's mocking what it is to be a woman, and that might offend some of them. And since it's a feminist conference, that might be good not to do that.
And the idea there is that because it's a feminist conference, you want to have everybody who agrees with you there, or any kind of conference. Like at an atheist conference, would they want a believer? At a feminist conference, would they want a non-feminist?
So head on over to the Peter BOGHOSSIAN channel and see the rest of Psychologically Heterosexual Yet Behaviorally Gay with Phil Illey over there. Watch the whole thing. But what I did next was I did what we all should. It's use our externalized friends to do a little do dilettantery, as we call it around here, poking around into what's behind and under things. Who is this Peter Boghossian fellow? And it said that Peter Boghossian gained significant notoriety largely due to his controversial critiques of academia and his participation in a series of high-profile academic hoaxes designed to expose perceived flaws in peer-reviewed journals, particularly those that focus on identity politics and social justice. And then you say, well, what were those hoaxes? One of which was Our Struggle is My Struggle. This paper was a partial rewrite of Adolf Hitler's Mein Kampf to replacing Nazi ideology with feminist rhetoric. The submission attempted to show that problematic arguments is a magic word, could be accepted by academic journals if framed in specific ways. It was accepted by Ophelia, Journal of Women and Social Work. And if you look at these other ones that were listed by this surely honest and accurate ChatGPT, this paper, the fat bodybuilding, was accepted by the paper Fat Studies. And this other one was accepted by Cogent Social Sciences. And this other one was accepted by Gender, Place, and Culture. Now, assuming any of that is true, those are 5 academic journals, which makes us wonder what the hell is up with that. And that brings us over to our friend Grok here, who says, this is what, when I say explain Ghislaine Maxwell's father and academic publishing, it tells us about Robert Maxwell, who mysteriously died in 1991, and the story of Pergamon Press in 1948, which became one of the world's leading scientific, technical, and medical publishing houses, specializing in academic journals and books, which were crucial for researches at academic institutions globally. So to briefly understand the Pergamon Press, it's the guy figured out that all these colleges and were going to have active subscriptions to academic journals. And so he invented a whole bunch of bullshit academic journals to which those institutions would have to have subscriptions. It's like a guaranteed consumer base, facilitated and funded by all sorts of people and sources. And he figured out what they would have to buy and sold bullshit versions of it. And that's why academia is corrupted and teaching the poor children's they're teaching the poor children's right now. And that's how you end up with what Pete did to Phil, because some guy named Phil Ivey could do things like non-religious understandings of cross-dressing and agoraphilia. Let's look at that for half a second.
Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of Theology in the Raw. Our sexuality and gender.
pressed and sprinkle with theology in the raw, I guess, is what this is. Here's the 33rd minute.
Seems to not lead to as good of well-being as say like indulging in various ways, and that could either be, say, like sexually in the bedroom, or altering how they dress, or change their gender presentation. You know, maybe they want a different haircut or to grow their hair out. Maybe they want to try makeup.
Stop it. Now wash all that shit out of your brain with the lives of the saints over on Grail Country with our friends Sherry and Jeremy first. Those two, they're live now. Here's the link to that. Wash those demons out of your brain. And to help you get over there, we have a train.